I don't care if their tear gas tastes like fascism. All night, if you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all the dankers and dank shit. On my left, the oldest ninja in the world, oldest ninja.
Someone tell Elon that breaking up is still hard to do.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on the threes and fours, Kronos.
The United States Marine Corps is a terrible choice to quell a protest, especially of their own citizens. So,
here we go. Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Taco man. I wanna be a taco man. Wait, no, Trump is a taco man. There you go.
Wow.
Oh boy, we back up in here.
Taco.
Let's start with them wonderful that roll that bean footage. Where are the stats?
Yeah, the stats.
I like
that. The Chris is listener of the week. Thank you very much. And nobody is in the chat just yet because we're on CP time, but it's all right because stop being in a rush. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Life is too short, especially right now.
Yeah. Ooh, apparently we can do some animated emotes in the chat now.
For real?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I don't know how
Cool.
that's
Really
go.
stepping up their game because they have like the whole comment game going on right now where if you can be the top commenter.
Oh wait, this is on
top three.
Twitch. Are we on? We should be on YouTube too, right? Yeah, we are. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Okay. For some reason, I'm in the Twitch chat instead of the YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Worldwide. All right. Old Ninja, you with us?
Talk about those who are not with us.
Your microphone looks sad. Your microphone needs some Viagra, bro.
Yeah, they need some more than
some blue pills.
They need some TLC. Yeah, they'll do that.
Rhino 5000.
It's 3,000.
3,000.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry.
That's the good
they have
stuff.
750 now. My bad.
They do.
They got 750 now.
You know,
That's
they've gotten stronger. I remember when it was just Rhino 1000. You know what I mean? Now it's just
1,000. Shit, I remember it was Rhino 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember Super Soaker 500.
I mean, obviously, you need harder and harder dicks. You need to have that. They need to have the adamantium level dick pill. That's what you need.
I mean, how do you think Elon got all them kids?
He paid people. He paid women a lot of money because he's a creepy dork.
But I mean, come on. I doubt he went to a lab. I'm sure he busted all of them inside.
I doubt it.
I could have lived my life without even imagining that. So thanks.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's nasty.
So this week, pouring out some. Sorry, there's some commotion in the background. We're pouring out some Mickeys for our dearly departed, starting with Brian Wilson. This was especially new. This happened today. He was a musician, singer, songwriter, and record producer who co-founded the Beach Boys. As a member of the Beach Boys, he served as the band's songwriter, producer, co-lead vocalist, bassist, keyboardist, and de facto leader. He became the first pop musician credited for writing, arranging, and producing and performing his own material. He had also produced acts such as the Honeys and American Spring. He's been touring as a solo artist from 1999 to 2020. He had written or co-written songs such as Surf City, I Get Around, Help Me Rhonda, and Good Vibrations. In his career, he's written or co-written 24 top 40 hits. He's won awards including 2 Grammys and a Kennedy Center Honors, as well as nominations for a Golden Globe and a Primetime Emmy. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Beach Boys in 1998 and the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2000. Unfortunately, he struggled with mental health issues throughout his life, particularly his fame and the pressure of him being labeled as a genius and their unofficial rivalry with the Beatles. He died today at the age of 82. He has 5 adopted daughters, and his 2 biological daughters are Carney Wilson and Wendy Wilson from the pop duo Wilson Phillips, from the pop sensation and the pop culture fame. His life and career was dramatized in the film or the 2014 biopic Love and Mercy. He died at the age of 82 today.
Mm.
Sly and the Family Stone. So next up, born Sylvester Stewart. He was the frontman for the group Sly and the Family Stone. He had a role in the development of psychedelic soul and funk with his pioneering fusion of soul, rock, psychedelia, and gospel in the 60s and 70s. He was born in Texas, but he's raised in Vallejo, California. Him and his brother and his sister, they were the bandmates which pumped out singles such as Everyday People, Dance to the Music, I Want to Take You Higher, Family Affair, If You Want Me to Stand, There's a Riot Going On, and this is Thank You, but the subtext is it's written as felon to me, be myself again, which translates to for let me be myself again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He worked as both a record producer for Autumn Records and a DJ for the San Francisco radio station KDIA. He also was not a founding radio. He was also a DJ for the radio station KSOL in the SF Bay Area in the 60s, which is still around today, but they have a different setup what they play now. After the Sly and the Family Stone disbanded, he worked with artists such as Parliament Funkadelic, Bobby Womack, and Jesse Johnson. He also played keyboards for dozens of major performers. I narrowed down the list to Dionne Warwick, Righteous Brothers, the Ronettes, and Marvin Gaye. There's even there's 30 more. I'm not going to go through them. But in 1993, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame due to the whole group being inducted. In 2023, he released an autobiography titled "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself," spelled the same way I said. He died at the age of 81 due to health issues 2 days ago. So there you go.
Sly was a fucking just genius, man. That music that he made, if you put on the best of Sly and the Family Stone, you're gonna fucking groove out. I don't care how old you are. You know what I mean? My parents listened to him. I fucking listened to Sly. Just definitely rest in peace, man. He was awesome.
So in his RIP, I left out a huge portion of his life, but he was an avid drug user, and it affected their work. They literally didn't put out music for several years because they were too high, and he kind of struggled with it for a lot of his life. But there's a lot of stuff that he did. I kind of truncated it down because we have a lot of stuff to cover. But he did a lot of work for decades and decades. So, R.I.P. And by the way, almost every rapper has sampled one or two of his songs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just to say the least.
Funky shit. All right. So, we got some shit to go over today. Goddamn. Y'all want to start in LA? Where you want to start?
Obviously there was two. This is the weekend was kind of wild because it was a dichotomy of two vastly different things. We had basically what should have been E3 over the weekend, mm-hmm. and then we had straight up fascism on the other side, mm-hmm. and it was just all right, well, I guess this is a thing. So yeah, I guess we'll flip a coin. Where do you want to go first? Because I know both of them can go rather long.
You know what? We start with politics pretty often. Let's start with E3. Let's start with
something happy. All right.
Yeah, let's start with the E3 stuff.
Literally, if we go through this, it's going to take us the rest of the podcast. To be honest.
Not really. No.
We can start happy, then go sad, and go super happy.
There you go.
We got sound today.
There's a lot of stuff. Weave.
Yeah, we don't need to go through all the games though, because a lot of these people don't care about. Yeah. There's a lot.
There's a lot, and there's 3 days worth of shit.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So I'll start with Sony.
Yeah, I'll just start with just an overall, kind of what happened. So over the weekend, what happened with gaming in general? We'll start there. Is that we had last week we had the Sony, what do they call it? It's not a showcase, State of Play, which was kind of meh. You know, it was okay, but there was a lot of stuff that we wanted to see, like the Ghost of Yotai, which we didn't get to see. Actually, Odin, you talked about it last week. Then over the weekend we had the Xbox showcase and the summer showcase, both of which had like just a multitude of announcements. One was kind of like the worst kept secret ever from Xbox, and the other stuff was just from the summer showcase was things that were not really Xbox specific, but they were just like, it was basically E3. You know, I don't. Yeah. Can we just fucking bring E3 back? Because you don't need to span 4 goddamn days of just random shit. Because I don't know what's gonna happen. So just give me E3 back. Yes, it can span 4 days, but at least I know what's gonna happen on those 4 days. Because like the Sony thing, it was announced. It was like the week before they announced it, which is kind of weird. And then the same thing with Xbox showcase. It was like a couple days before, and then the summer showcase, which normally happens, but I feel like they all just kind of crammed everything together once they learned that like the Nintendo Switch 2 was dropping. So it was weird, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I will just quickly say this. At least for the Sony one, there weren't a whole lot of crazy surprises. Like, we knew most of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Old Ninja covered a bit of it last week, but there wasn't a whole lot of, oh my God, I can't believe they announced such and such, or they're doing a remake of this or that. There's a lot of, okay, you know, a little nostalgia, a little, okay, we'll see if this one shakes out. We know what they're releasing later on this year. But for me, some of the games that are going to be on multiple platforms, like Borderlands 4, are interesting. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So the Sony State of Play, the only real like kind of 2 big ones that most people cared about was the 007 game and then the Marvel token Fighting Souls. Other than that, I mean, you got Lumines, which is like for VR. Most folks are going to play that, you know, and other things that people like, kind of remakes or things already announced. So yeah, I feel you on that.
So there was one thing that we totally missed that was out, and I think it was I don't want to say significant, but it's definitely a long time coming. Was a PlayStation-backed wireless fighting arcade stick. It's been a long time coming because there hasn't been an official one in decades. Usually the fighting sticks are always third party. Back when Mad Catz was still around, they had them, and most people I knew, they ordered their shit straight from Japan, and they didn't always work with like American consoles. You had to like kind of jury rig that shit. And every time you go to like Evo or any other like tournament or whatnot, most people had those, and now we're getting a wireless fighting arcade stick officially from PlayStation. So I think that was kind of a big thing. I completely missed it last week, but I think that's going to be a good step in direction, especially for fighting games, because we're still getting fighting games. It's not like they're gone away.
I know when you go to like anime convention, especially at Fanime, like they usually have some kind of Street Fighter or some kind of fighting game tournament, and they usually have the joystick controller there for people to play with, and not just your regular console controller.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is they're always wired. I don't even know any third party that are wireless. Well, so we're getting like a first party wireless arcade stick.
Well, it's because, you know, before there was lag, but now, I mean, Bluetooth, 4 or 5, it's so fast now that I don't think there is any, you know, appreciative lag for most people, you know, so.
I will say this too, just going back to one more time, it's called Marvel Tokan?
Tokon Fighting Souls, you know, as one does.
Yes, exactly. So before, I know we talked about it briefly last week, but I finally like watched the YouTubes and whatnot on there. I mean, design-wise, they got this shit on lock. It looks very Marvel Rivals-esque, which is good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. In terms of that design is what people want to fucking see. Like, it looks very aesthetically pleasing. And like, you compare that to some of the bullshit, like, I don't know, a few years back, remember that Marvel's Avengers game looked ugly as fuck with the character designs. Even though it was the same Captain America, same Tony Stark, same Hulk or whatever, it's more stylish and fun, the Marvel Rivals style or whatever. And this one certainly has it. And then I guess the other thing, it's 2v2 or 4v4?
3v3.
3v3. Okay, shit, I got all the numbers wrong.
Yeah, you almost got it. You missed it completely, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, but I just want to see more characters get announced. You know what I mean? I'm fucking down. But it looks like that one could be a fucking winner. It feels reminiscent of the back in the day with the Marvel versus Capcom,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
we haven't seen a really good version of that in years. You know?
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I remember. Go ahead.
I'm looking at some of the gameplay right now, and like when characters do like their attack, it gives me a lot of Demon Slayer vibe. You know how like when Demon Slayer when he uses like his water technique and it just becomes like Japanese like uh watercolor painting. That's basically the kind of animation style that they're using for this because it looks like you're watching anime.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man looks like a
Oh, wait,
kind of like a samurai.
It's 4 on
looks like
4.
Gundam. Is it 4-on-4? I thought it was 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's 4-on-4.
Okay.
It literally just popped
My bad.
up. It said
Prodigy is correct.
4-on-4 tag team.
I mean,
God damn
we've
it.
talked about it literally ever since this show started or this series started. Iron Man is an American mech, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. So I love when especially Asian. I think this is an Asian developer, right? I mean, I don't know the studio.
Arc Studios.
Arc
Okay.
Systems.
Yeah, Arc
I'm not
Systems,
familiar
yeah.
with them, but it definitely has that anime vibe. You're right, Blue.
They do like I want to say the Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and a few other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Dragon Ball Fighter Z that had some buzz to it for a while there, a few years.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You know. So
They also I was gonna say also did like a Hunter x Hunter game.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, and they did Guilty Gear too. That's right. And Blue Blaze. Yeah.
those are good fighting games. Those are good franchises. Like people go, those are always at Evo. People go pretty hard for them.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking down. And then the other thing I'll say is, even with Street Fighter 6, you can see the influence. You know what I mean? In terms of like it has more focus attacks that kind of look extremely anime inspired. You know what I mean? Versus the old school with it. But
so I looked the company up on Wikipedia. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. So going back, they've been around for a while. So like they've made games like Double Dragon on the Sega Master System. They did Ghouls and Ghosts, Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Oh,
They're the ones behind that. Yeah. A lot of the other ones been Battletoads on their thingy. They did a Sailor Moon game. Guilty Gear. I remember that game. Yeah, they have a long line. Yeah, they definitely did the Dragon Ball Z games. But yeah, they got a really long list of great games that looks very familiar.
So Guilty Gear is a series. They still make those.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're still ongoing with those. So those
Same
are
with
actually
Blue.
at fighting tournaments.
Persona 4, they did.
Oh, the original?
Yeah. No, Persona 4. Wait, is that the original one, or is there a Persona like 1, 2, 3?
They just started at 4. Fuck it.
I had to think about that for a second. It's like, wait.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna start at 4.
Okay, worked for Star Wars, shit.
Yeah, I mean, it did. Yeah. Talk about the Clone Wars, like, what the fuck?
So definitely down for that one. I'll also say this. I mean, we talked about this for years on this show. Rewind the fucking tape. I mean, we sided with, rightly so, Hideo in the whole beef with Konami, but Konami's dropping this Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater or whatever, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if people think it's water under the bridge because Hideo has his own studio and is doing Death Stranding 1 and 2 and living his life, probably going to make some Hollywood movies and shit. But I fucking love Snake Eater. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
it was a great game. I will say this though, it's probably not going to be as good as Death Stranding 2. So
you're probably right.
Yeah, even though it was a great game, but yeah.
But I mean, it's going for those nostalgia feels.
Yeah.
I'll
probably grudgingly get it, only because I loved the game, playing it back in the day. This is like the PS2 era, I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah, PS2 era. And it was weird because, Metal Gear Solid, the first one, not the original, not Metal Gear Solid, the one on the PS1. It was a fantastic game. It basically made a new genre of the whole tactical espionage, which is great. And then you had Metal Gear Solid 2, and it was like somebody made the game, but they dropped like a whole lot of acid and ayahuasca at the same time. Like it was crazy. And then they kind of went back, like with Metal Gear Solid 3, they kind of went back to basics, and they made it like not nearly as it's just like a small dab of acid.
Yes.
You know, it's not a heroic dose.
Yep.
And I still think, Big Boss is probably one of the best boss battles of all time. I mean, with the soundtrack that's playing in the background, that Snake Eater, like I forget the woman who sings that song, but it's fantastic. And you're beating this chick down. I'm just saying.
Yep. Psycho Mantis fight. I mean, there was just some really good stuff in there.
Was Psycho Mantis in that one? I thought he was in the first one. Did he come back?
I thought he came back. He did come back though. Or am I thinking of 4? He was definitely in 4.
Okay.
You know what? It's been so fucking long.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Dude,
Vamp came back in 4. Vamp.
I remember Vamp, but I got Psycho Mantis
Did he
too.
come back? I was new. I don't know. Maybe I could be tripping. So like I said, it's been a while.
It looks sounds like you doing acid.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm excited. We'll fucking see. I probably will get it for just all those member berries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember Ocelot made me want to buy a Colt. What was that fucking the single action army? His pistols. I want to buy one of those so bad for like the longest time.
Oh yeah.
Remember Revolver Ocelot?
Yes.
Yeah, he had single action army pistols, and I was like, I need to get one of those.
Fucking Metal Gear is so fucking influential. What other games were you guys kind of looking forward to in terms of the announcements from the Summerfest stuff?
Well, Old Ninja, why don't you talk about the hardware announcement?
So far we've been all talking about Sony stuff. We haven't talked about any of the.
We're switching over.
Yeah. So the biggest, as Cronin said, the worst kept secret. Even though this has been a secret for like literally 4 years, this is talked about during the pandemic. Back in the pandemic, they were talking about Microsoft trying to do a handheld device before the Steam Deck was even out.
Actually, way before even that, back in like the early 2010s, they were talking about doing the Microsoft Glass for the longest time. Remember that? We're supposed to have a second screen to go with the Xbox.
I barely remember that.
Yeah.
I barely remember that. I remember I knew in 2020 that they were like talking about actively looking like early stages of development of a handheld system. Like, I believe it when I see it, because I'm like, when was the last time Microsoft even made a handheld device? And I was like, oh, they never have. So then now
they made the Zune.
Can you play games on your Zune?
I listen to a lot of great music.
So the biggest drop with the Xbox showcase was the Xbox Ally X, or Xbox Ally X, and the Xbox Ally.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is that name again?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Xbox Ally. Say Ally X and the Ally.
Yeah.
So
ALLY?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. God damn it, Microsoft! I need you to do a better fucking job naming your goddamn shit.
So they actually didn't name it. It's been an Asus. It's Asus. It's an Asus product. So the Ally's been around for a while. And so basically, what they're doing now is they're slapping on the Xbox. I guess not OS, because it's going to run Windows, but it's going to be the slapping the Xbox like feel on it.
You got to go on mute, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so they got to basically put like the Xbox skin over Windows, and you're gonna be able to play. I heard you might be able to play some Steam games too, because it has Windows on there still, and so you can load Steam on there, and you can probably do all the other cool things you can do with a PC, like stream your fucking PS5. So yeah, it's.
Or you can watch this podcast.
Yeah, you could. So I have an Asus product. My new laptop is the Asus ROG. Strix Scar. So they have a ridiculous naming thing. I mean, why does that have fucking 3 names? I don't know. But the Ally's been out for a while I believe it was a Windows handheld, and it was pretty well powered. And the Ally and the Ally X is pretty well powered as well. I imagine with the Ally X, it's probably going to be like $600-$700, to be honest. I mean, because with the specs that we're talking about, I mean, it's going to be kind of expensive. The Ally is going to be the the cheaper one has less specs. So think of like the Ally as the Xbox Series X of the handhelds, and the X to be the Xbox Series X.
So how many off-brand hentai games can I play on there?
Oh, if you get Steam, a whole lot.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get all that,
All of
all them tentacles.
Yeah. So the system is a Game Pass handheld device because there's no physical media. All the games are accessed via Xbox Game Pass, and I guess the PC Game Pass.
Well, there's okay. Hold on, no, it has internal storage. What are you talking about?
No, but it doesn't look like there's any physical media you feed into the system. I didn't see any drives or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, it's digital for sure. But I mean, that's So this is one of the things that's kind of weird about like gaming, especially console gaming. Everybody's mad about going digital, but you can't buy a laptop with a disk drive anymore. So it's been that way for like a long time. And you know me, I love how to I love doing physical media, but you can't really do it on PC gaming anymore. Like I can't load it. I have to download it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just the way it is. You should see the charts over the last like 10 years, 10, 15 years or whatever for the consoles. It's completely flipped on its fucking head. Like, for example, Baldur's Gate 3, I don't think it ever had a physical release.
I don't know either. Because I got it on Steam. Yeah, because it's on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And it came out on the PS, came out on the consoles too. I don't know if it had physical media though. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. When it came out to console, I don't think you could buy it in the store. I think you had to buy it from the online stores. And at the showcase, they announced that you can buy the first Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 as a bundle through Game Pass, so you can get both games.
I haven't. Obviously, I started with 3. I don't feel like you can fuck enough bears in those first 2. Like,
I have no idea. I mean, maybe I have no idea. I've never played any Baldur's Gate, but apparently you can get all 3 games on Game Pass like as we speak. So,
okay, all right.
I guess. I gotta think. I don't think there was a disc for Baldur's Gate 3. I think it was strictly download only.
Because I didn't get it at launch, and it was still only digital.
Mm-hmm. I think it is only digital.
And there's a few games like that.
I was about to say, I think there's a couple of games that were strictly just like that. Like High on Life, when it dropped, I don't think you could have bought a disc version of it. Yeah. I think you had to get it like online. That I'm aware of. I think now you can, but I think when it dropped, it didn't.
High on Life, by the way, that's a hidden treasure. I haven't played it.
I'm looking at the difference between the two, the Ally X and the Ally, and there's some pretty interesting differences between the consoles.
Yeah.
The X comes with it says complete with impulse triggers for enhanced controllers. So it looks like the controls are a little bit different on there. I mean, one has a larger drive, like the X has a 1 terabyte, while the other one has half that.
Yep, 512.
Battery size is bigger on the X. There's a couple other things, but
they even admitted it. Like the battery for the S version is like significantly less. Significantly less.
It's like 1/3 less.
Yeah, actually, it might be even more. It might be half.
Well, it's on here. It says that it's 80 watt hours for the X and 60 watt hours for the Ally. But with the power that the X has, it's probably going to go to that 80 pretty quick.
Probably. Well, you never know. I don't know. So yeah, it's the big thing. I mean, this is all the rage at this new handheld device. I mean, I'm not really a handheld kind of person, even though I own 2 handhelds. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not good for them, I guess. But it's not really, handhelds aren't my like bread and butter. I prefer sitting my fat ass in my chair and looking at my ridiculous screen that I paid like hundreds of dollars for. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's great because I don't travel as much as I used to. If I kept traveling, I would be all about it. But
one of the great things about all these handhelds that came out, especially recently, is that you can just use a USB-C port replicator and you can just display it on any TV. So
yeah.
But you know what's funny though too? I'm with you, Old Ninja. On I'm not crazy big into handhelds per se, but everybody has a fucking phone. Everybody's playing some kind
Yeah,
of games on their fucking phone and using it in a lot of ways as a handheld, all the fucking time. So,
Well,
it may not be a pure console with buttons per se, but you're playing some games on your phone.
Well, I think one of the main things is that the direction that this current generation of gaming is going is that I don't know if you've noticed like your kids and stuff like that, like they don't like to watch anything on TV, like they'll just watch it on their phones.
Yep.
So it's like that's where I think the gaming industry has really seen like where everything is going for the new generation, because they're not buying big ass TVs, they're watching stuff on their phones, or they want something they can just like take with them. And so it's smart on them to like really pivot towards this new direction. And the fact that you can still play these things on your big TV if you want to. Like I said, you just get a USB-C port replicator or a docking station, and you're good to go if you want to play like that. Like that, my Steam Deck can do the same thing. The Switch has really shown how well that works. My the Switch 2, in handheld mode it plays in like 1080p, and in dock mode, because it has a fan inside, it can play in 4K at 6 frames per second or higher for some games. So I mean that's really cool for like different, especially like when you have kids. You don't want them to like take over the whole goddamn TV for us old fucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
It's like just go play on your own, play your little Nintendo games, even though they don't have a Nintendo. But whatever. That's what.
But then we also saw other like handheld became popular, like the Steam Deck, for example. Like I think that did pretty well, and also the what's the other handheld one? I guess it's the Asus one.
The Switch?
No, not the Switch. There's another handheld that's a PC based.
It's probably the Ally. Yeah, the Allies.
Yeah, I think it might have been Ally.
Okay. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I'm going to start on the list of these games, at least from the showcase. Where's my list here? Really quickly, the ones that they showed that I saw that I could catch with Moodang 2 Hearts. This was a weird kind of thing. So this takes place, 3,000 years in the future, but it looks like feudal Japan, even though it's not. It's like kind of crazy. So like,
wait,
it looks like
I'm sorry, sir. You said 3,000 years in the future?
Yeah, it takes place in the year 4026 or some shit.
Oh,
like
you said
that.
it looked like feudal Japan. I was very confused.
But it looks like feudal Japan.
Okay, yeah. So.
Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. Let me step back. No, Moodang is that's the wrong one.
I was gonna say that one is like the Korean one.
Yeah. Yes, it is a Korean one, but Moodang is the one where it's part Splinter Cell, part K-pop. So you play as 2 characters. You're a K-pop star, like trying to not get murdered by your like studio, and you're also a Splinter Cell like operative, sort of, where you're like going through taking people out. It looks pretty fast and furious kind of thing. It's weird because the K-pop chick, she doesn't have weapons. It's just she has to use her environment to fight people off. But the Splinter Cell dude, he's fully fucking tactical, hella weapons, taking people out. And I guess the 2 stories merge at one point. It looked pretty fucking weird and cool at the same time.
Do you realize that an entire generation and a half doesn't know who the fuck you mean when you say Splinter Cell? Like,
Yeah,
that's true. That's very true.
That is sad. Yeah.
Like, it's been a minute. The last Splinter Cell game was what, on PS3?
So I don't know. Splinter Cell used to be up there with Metal Gear.
Yep.
It wasn't as good, but it was up there.
Splinter Cell, I think the last one was Deception. I think that was on like maybe it was on the PS3. I don't know, but it's been a while. So, but yeah, that was that one. Moodang 2 Hearts looks like a weird like stealth, semi-action. It looks pretty crazy. This launches in 2026.
Isn't Moodang that little pygmy hippo thing?
That's what I thought too.
Okay.
Oh, it's pygmy hippo.
Probably means something in Korean.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
pygmy hippo.
It means something in it's not where Moodang is. I don't think she's in Korea. I think she's in Laos or something. But still, Moodang does mean something. The other one, Beast Incarnate, where that's the one that takes place 4,000 years in the future, where you're fighting creatures that look like they're infused with plants. Like if you ever seen the movie, God dang, the one with Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac, where like plants
Black
were coming
Swan.
alive and stuff. What's up?
Black Swan?
No, the one where it was like the sci-fi movie with Tessa Thompson and Gina Torres, I think.
Yeah, they were on some other planet. I remember which one you're
They're
talking
on
about.
Earth. They're on Earth. I can't remember the name. But they're fighting creatures that are fused with plants, and you're fighting with the sword. Even though I guess this is post-apocalyptic, sort of, but it looks pretty crazy. This was on there. This launches, I think, later this year.
Okay.
They had Prodigy, you were asking about Ninja Gaiden 4. Like, when is it out? Looks like it's out in a couple months. So they showed a showcase about Ninja Gaiden 4, some gameplay. It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, let me jump in here. Ninja Gaiden is a motherfucking staple. Like that was the reason that quite a few people got the original Xbox because they had some old school Ninja Gaiden on there, or not old school, new school Ninja Gaiden on there.
Both of them on there.
Ninja Gaidens are notoriously really hard games. These are before the Souls series, before Bloodborne, before Elden. They were hard as fuck. And it was single player, and if you die, you fucking die. I'm looking forward to this. Ninja Gaiden is like the shit. Ryu, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully it's Ryu again, but
I believe
some descendant of.
No, I think it's him.
It's Ryu?
It's still a side scroller, isn't it?
No, this is 3D, full on 3D. This looks like fucking Ghost of Tsushima type shit. So,
this looks fucking badass, and I hope they return to form on this shit.
So this is out literally later this year.
Yeah.
Another one, Grounded 2, because apparently Grounded was really successful. I know it was really big when it came out. It's basically Honey and I Shrunk the Kids with 4-player co-op. So Grounded 2 is out later on this year. But this one was surprising to me because I didn't realize there are no games that I know of that are based on Invincible. So Invincible Versus is coming out. This is basically an Invincible fighting game. So like all the characters from the show, you're literally in a Street Fighter style, Street Fighter animation video game.
But you know what?
Yeah,
I believe
more like Mortal Kombat. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the way it's animated, the way you fight, it looks like Street Fighter.
I thought that they put like some Invincible, or maybe it was the boy. No, it was the boys. They put the boys in Mortal Kombat. I remember that.
Yeah.
They put Homelander, and also Homelander's in Call of Duty. So, so yeah, this is the first time that I can think of where we're getting Invincible, and it's like I think it's 2v2 fighting game. It looks brutal. There's blood and shit everywhere. There's like you said, Mortal Kombat style fatalities. It looks pretty fucking great. Apparently, that's out. I think it's out early next year.
Okay,
so that was pretty interesting.
It's 3v3.
Is it 3v3? Okay, I knew there was 1-on-1, but yeah, there's lots of blood. There's like destructible backgrounds. It looks like shit gets broken and fucked up. It looks pretty fucking cool. Outer Worlds 2. I mean, obviously, apparently the first one's really popular. There's a lot more shit going on in Outer Worlds. It looks like a huge fucking RPG. I'm like, damn, this looks like this will take you at least a month and a half to beat. It's kind of a lot going on, but I know it's going to be pretty big. What is this? Resonance? This looks like I don't know. It looks like I guess like kind of like those Until Dawn type kind of games, but more interactive and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but this is coming out.
Yeah, we don't have to go through like every single one of them.
I'm just going through really quick. I'm not going to go deep. The Blood of the Dawnwalker, you're
just
a Daywalker. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. The Blood of the Daywalker, you're a vampire. And like,
nobody give a shit about that one.
Super Meat Boy 3D. The first Super Meat Boy was 2D scroller. This one's 3D. Looks fucking crazy. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC is out in September. Looks pretty fucking interesting. Clockwork Revolution. If you like BioShock Infinite, that's what this is. It's basically BioShock. Yeah. Chronos: The New Dawn.
I'm killing you all. That's what that means.
Yeah, that's what it basically looks like.
Chrono supremacy.
I guess there's I guess there's an Elder Scrolls DLC coming. I don't know what that. Aphelion. So this one looks like what's that shit? Returnal. This looks like Returnal, except you're by yourself. You're in this crashed spaceship on an icy planet. You got to survive and make it back to space, and then survive space. So there you go.
You know what? Like, really needs a motherfucking comeback, and it just don't make no goddamn sense. There should have been Elder Scrolls 6 by now.
Yeah, right. That's not coming. At least not anytime soon.
I mean,
Uh,
but remember, like we always give GTA and The Last of Us a lot of shit for all their different remakes and all. Motherfucking Skyrim has had like 8,000 remakes on every fucking. You can play Skyrim on every single
Wait,
phone you want right now. If you
hold on. Is it remakes or expansions? I can't. I don't know. I don't
they've
play
had
games.
remakes. Remember, Skyrim was a
Okay.
PS3 game.
Okay. I'm not sure. I don't keep up. I just thought they were expansions, just like Elders and like what's that? Oblivion had DLC and expansions or some bullshit. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just saying there should have been a Elder Scrolls
I mean,
6 by now.
I'm pretty sure a 6 is coming. They just didn't say
It's
anything
about,
about it.
you got Starfield. That's
Yeah, it's not the same. I guess. Isn't
You know what's crazy about Starfield is that honestly the game didn't bother me that much until like I beat it and I couldn't go back. That pissed me off.
Oh wow!
I mean,
like
you can go back.
no,
But-
you can't.
Like you couldn't play it again.
I
So,
tried
that's it?
to reload my old saves and I couldn't. Like it put me back in like where I was at in like the
Oh,
new
wow.
universe, and I was like, this is fucking dog shit. So
Damn.
That's weird. Yeah. So when you beat the game, you can like restart it, but truncate it because you can like redo your universe, and it's kind of weird, but it's still cool. And now they added more shit, like fucking vehicles and shit. Anyway, there's a game called There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, which looks like some weird, spooky fucking game.
Dude, you're doing all the D-list shit, man.
yeah, that's why.
Solo Leveling is getting its game. There you go. Solo Leveling, Arise, Overdrive. Is there a Solo Leveling game already? I don't know.
think so.
Probably one for like your hand, like phone or some shit. But yeah,
Mhm.
Well, so this one looks like a AAA title with DLC coming out in 2026.
I don't know if it's AAA. I think that's kind of a stretch.
You don't think it was AAA? I mean, it looked AAA when I saw the trailer.
Here's how I know it's not AAA. I think Cronus is right on this one. The show really kicked off. What was it, last year?
Yeah,
And so it gained popularity, obviously 24 and obviously 25 so far. And it's a great show, don't get me wrong. But if the game is from the show, that's not a whole lot of time for development of a true AAA game.
Okay.
yeah.
I have no idea. I don't watch the show, so sure. So we're getting Gears of War for everything that's out there now, coming out in August. This will be on the PS5 and everything else. So cross-platform Gears of War, the original. It's the first game, but this will be out August 21. I don't know how big this will be. I know some people are excited, but
So
we'll
wait,
see.
wait. The one that's called Reloaded, it is just game one.
It's just the first game in 4K, 120 frames per second, multi cross platform, August 21st. So there you go.
Here's what I'll say on that one. I liked Gears of War, especially back in the 360 days. Like that franchise really went hard on that console. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I will say this. I hope it's not going to be $60-$70 though.
It's gonna be $80.
God
Yeah,
damn.
well, it might be 80. This one, everyone was talking about. I don't play this series, but everyone's all excited with Persona 4. There's a revival or a remake.
God damn it, man! You don't say arigato like it's Persona
No.
4. God damn it, say it
Whatever. I
right.
don't
No, it's
give a
personal.
fuck.
No.
It's
Yeah, it's
personal.
Personal 4. Yeah. Personal
Like personal,
4.
persona.
Persona 4 Revival. That's coming out. A lot of people were excited. Weren't you talking about this one too? Prodigy, weren't you trying to play this shit?
Yeah, Persona 5 was the shit. Persona 4 I played on the Vita, and Persona 4 Golden, and that shit was fun. You know what I mean? You basically a high school kid with your friends and your cats doing turn-based combat on spirit ghosts.
So this doesn't. What I saw didn't look turn-based at all. This looked like full-on 3D running through a neighborhood type shit.
So, sorry. Let me just be real clear on the Persona games. You're right. You can do that, and then when you fight, it's turn-based.
Yeah, I mean
okay.
that's like any turn-based game. You don't play the entire game turn-based unless it's like a tactics game or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a few of them. That like, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, if you saw a quick clip of him running around and all that, you
that's
could
all
do
I
that.
saw.
But when it's time for fighting, it's turn-based.
So they didn't. I did not see combat when they showed it. They didn't show any combat. They just show like world traversal where you're running through and shit. So I mean, it looks clean. I do like the art style. I do like that, but I'm not into those games. But I know it's very popular. And there's all the Final Fantasies are coming to the Xbox. So starting with 13, which is already available on Game Pass, and I guess 14 and 17 or some shit, they're all going to be on Xbox like now or couple months. And there's a game called Keeper. So that was all the shit that was announced. So,
Wait, what? You skipped like a major one.
Which one?
Which one?
The Tony Hawk remake that they're
That's a
dropping on the.
remake. Oh,
Yeah, but Tony Hawk 3 and 4, and including the fucking Ninja Turtles. That's fucking
Yeah.
badass.
One of them, yeah. One of them will have Ninja Turtles. I think 4 will have Ninja Turtle crossover. So,
Dude,
I
Tony
mean-
Hawk was like a badass game back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
Today. So Tony Hawk 3 is already available. Tony Hawk 4 will be available to everything. I think in August, I believe. So that's
Remember
coming out pretty soon.
Remember how they had the Tony Hawk skateboard for the? I think was it for the Wii?
Really?
Yeah, there was a
I have
Tony
no
Hawk
idea.
skateboard. Like basically, it was a controller.
Oh, yeah, I remember
And it
that.
had like motion sensors and stuff. So like
Yeah.
as you cook your feet on the side, like the character would move. It
That's
it
funny.
bombed. It bombed really bad. It was like super hard to use and like you couldn't really do anything with it.
It's like one of those things. Like if you need like an actual skateboard to play, you can just go outside and learn how to ride a
Yeah.
fucking skateboard. So
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
So those are the games at the showcase. I will say, for one thing, most of the games that were announced were coming out later this year. There
That's
were a
good.
few for 2026, but most of the games that they reviewed are out within the next 6 months.
So
So-
I got to give them props for that because we have seen some straight up fucking bullshit, like with the Wonder Woman game that
That's
got
canceled.
canceled. They canceled. EA canceled a Black Panther game. We
Mhm.
haven't seen anything about the Wolverine game other than that snippet from like 3.5, 4 years ago.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
By the way,
There were some leaks.
that snippet. Well, yeah, that was not an official like showcase. That was a leak. Somebody stole that shit and put that
Yeah.
shit online. So
A lot of these studios are notorious for basically doing a teaser and saying, "Oh, it's coming, soon-ish," and then never releasing it or canceling
Mhm.
it, a couple years later. Like they've done some dirty fucking bullshit to the fucking consumers, and a lot of people get too chicken shit to call them out on it. But like,
no,
There's some
I don't
foul
think
shit.
no. All I see is people that calling them out all the time. A lot of the time, I don't know about certain games. Like I was like, "What the fuck? When did this come out?" This came out like 10 years ago. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know." Like I've seen the game was out. I thought it just came out, but they're like clamoring for a sequel on like all kinds of franchises that I very rarely know about. And all of a sudden, like people are like, "Where is this? Where's that?" Especially like Persona 4. People were all fucking freaking out about it. Apparently, they wanted this remake for a while, so everyone's all happy now. So
well,
I
not
was just
everyone.
like, what
There's
the
some
fuck?
people.
Yeah,
some
I mean the people in that fan base. There you go. I will say this: there was no mention of a Halo, no Halo, even though they say they're working on Halo. Nothing was shown. They didn't bring it up, and also there was no Fable. Fable was supposed to be out in 2026. 2026, there was nothing. No trailer, no teaser, no nothing. And Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was supposed to be out, I think, early 2026. Nothing. There's nothing shown. I knew there were some development issues. They brought in another studio. Maybe they're pushing it back to 2027. There's still no talk of those 3 games. Those are big tentpole fucking games. They're nowhere to be seen. So
That's
Yeah.
that is wild. I mean, we'll fucking see, man.
mhm.
But yeah,
And
actually,
so-
so wait, hold on. You know this better than I do off the top of your head, old ninja. The last Fable game, was that on the 360?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because the last Fable game had fucking Connect capabilities,
Wow.
and I own it. You could like call out commands and shit, do your Connect, and it would do shit. So, and I own it. I've never played it. It's right over there. It's on my shelf over there. But yeah, that was the last Fable, and they're remaking it. So there was a big ass commercial like a year or two ago, but now it's from Radio Silent. Nothing.
The Kinect was
So-
Xbox's basically their camera system, right? Tracking.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the motion traction system. Yeah, I own mine. still.
Was there another name for it? 'Cause I know I had one because I had like Dance Dance Revolution, not
No.
Dance Dance Revolution.
It was the Connect. Yeah,
No, it was
was
Connect.
they had a
What's the name
PlayStation
of that damn
Eye.
game? Was it Bust a Move? Not Bust a Move. That's another game.
There was a PlayStation Move.
What was the name of the dancing games back in the day?
Just
There
Dance.
They
was
had like
There was
Just
Just
Dance,
Dance.
yeah.
But there's
Yeah,
also
Just Dance.
Dance. There's a Dance Revolution one too.
There was
Um,
Dance Revolution. Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Let me see. Do I have it?
DDR?
No, there's another one I think Blue was talking about. What the fuck is it?
This motherfucker's looking through his shelf right now.
I sure fucking am. Dance Central. There it is. There's a game called
Yeah.
Dance Central. I have Dance Central 3 for some reason.
You don't even dance, bro.
Yes, I do.
It's because he's a gangster.
Why-
He's a gangster.
Why
He
you
doesn't
always
dance, he's
lying?
Yeah, gangsters don't dance, they boogie. There you go.
All right. Yeah, we don't have to go
So
through every
then-
single game for the showcase. Like, let's not do that again. We're just giving highlights of stuff. For the summer showcase, there was only one of the highlights for me was the mouse PI for hire.
Yeah.
Because they announced the voice actor. I think is it Troy Baker who's going to be the voice?
It is.
shit.
It is Troy Baker.
Yeah, he's going to be the voice of like the mouse. And this is a fantastic game because they started developing it once the old rights to the Mickey Mouse design expired, because you can only have something. I think it's like 50 years for a copyright or something like that.
I think they got that extended to like 100
Yeah.
in that case.
Yeah,
so.
they did something.
Well, they're definitely making this game, so
Yeah.
it's definitely kind of like old school, like Tugboat Willie style animation, and it looks kind of ridiculous because it's like in black and white, and it has like it's a first person shooter, and you're this mouse detective that's going through, and the guns were like kind of hilarious. They had like this one gun that was a turpentine gun, so you could shoot turpentine on them because they're made out of ink. That would like literally it would melt off of their bones.
Sounds
you
like,
see them
sounds
melt
like
off their bones.
ooze.
Yeah,
Is that what
it's just like that.
From Roger Rabbit.
Just like
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit, yeah. And it looks like it's more than just, a silly first-person shooter. Like you have to solve like crimes and stuff like that. So it looked pretty interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing more about the game when it comes out.
There was a game I got to talk to you guys about. I'm trying to look up the fucking name. It's and you'll know it exactly when you hear about it. It's a Muppet boxing game. Did you guys see this?
Oh
shit?
yeah. It's on here. Fuck, I just clicked it off. It looks
Felt that boxing?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Felt that boxing.
Okay.
That looks fucking crazy.
Actually, I haven't seen it, so now I got to look.
It looks like Muppets. It's Muppets fighting. They
It's
literally beating the
Muppets
shit out of each
fucking
other.
boxing, and it looks just like Muppets because it like the felty hair fur thing is going. And I didn't know I needed this in my life.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna buy this game.
It's on Steam.
This shit is weird enough to have nostalgia and violence going at the same time, but they're doing boxing. They're fucking Muppet style boxing, and you could tell they're goddamn Muppets.
So they show gameplay, and the gameplay is almost identical to fucking Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yes.
Like you show your boxer and like these crazy looking other Muppets that you got to beat the shit out of. Like they're losing teeth and shit. Like it was fucking crazy.
Oh my god! Remember,
what's the name of the game?
It's called Felt That Boxing, or it's called Felt That, but it's called Felt That Boxing. Like that's
It looks like it was made by AI.
Yeah,
it does. That's what I thought it does. But that was a showcase.
you know what it reminds me
It
of?
was showcasing.
Remember Clay Fighter back in the day?
Yep.
Oh,
I fucking love that game. I
was
love
great.
that game.
I
was
forgot
great.
about that
Yeah.
fucking game.
They need to remake
Oh
something
my
like that.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about. I remember one of the guys had turned himself into a saw, so he like cut through you.
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Clay Fighter was fucking crazy.
Like a snowman and shit like that. Yeah.
That's
the game
Snowman.
is ridiculous.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Snowman was a piece of shit. He was fucking
Yeah.
hard. Well, fuck, he was so cheap. Well, fuck the Snowman. I just need fucking fire. I'll melt your fucking ass.
Look,
Holy shit,
I'm just
I
going to tell
forgot.
you,
About fucking Clay Fighter. Holy shit.
Play Fighter was the shit. I'm going to play some more Muppet games. I hope this has a fucking revolution. I didn't know I needed them boxing. I'm going to find a Muppet fucking basketball game. Fucking snowboarding. Muppet Tony Hawk. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
Just watch the, what is it, the Maritime Murders or whatever? The Muppet Murder fucking movie on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That shit was fucking raw. So they have Muppet sex. There's a part where dude busts, and he like busts for like 5 minutes straight. It's hella funny.
I'm fucking down, man.
It's
God
fucking
damn
funny. So actually, the one that it's been out for not out, but it's been talked about for like a year, and it looks pretty fucking good. Is Dune Awakening? Dune Awakening looks actually pretty fucking good. Like it looks more involved than what I thought. Like you got to build. You literally got to start from nothing and build like an army, sort of. And your army is supposed to circumvent whichever empire I guess you're in. But it looks like the gameplay looks pretty solid. I was like, oh shit, this looks pretty fucking good. So And then the one that's weird to me, because I thought the franchise was dying, there's another Dying Light game. So I was like, what the fuck? Dying Light the Beast?
Real quick, let me say this on Dying Light. The first game sold like hotcakes. I think it sold over 20 million copies, and it came out of nowhere for Techland. Second game sold like shit. I talked about it on here. I was really hyped for it. It just was mid-tastic. You know what I mean? It just nothing worked on it. It failed at launch. So I could see them wanting to do a sequel, but I'm gonna wait for the fucking reviews and when it fucking drops, because the second one was so goddamn buggy. It was literally probably on the level of Cyberpunk at launch. Like that's how buggy it fucking was, but it just wasn't as big of a game. You know what I mean?
I didn't hear, despite it being buggy, I didn't hear anything like great about the game. Like it didn't offer the experience that the first game did. It was just more of the same, really.
Yeah.
From what I heard, I never tried it, but I was just like, no one said it was good. They just said this is just the same shit as before. I got to pay more money to do the same shit. Like, what the fuck?
You're 100% right. And they supported that first game for like 5-6 years.
Fucking years. Fuck yeah. Speaking of so good.
Speaking of games that had like failure to launch, remember that game Mind's Eye I was talking about for a while?
Mind's Eye?
Mind's Eye came out today, didn't it?
It came out yesterday, I think. And
okay.
The launch did not go well. It's kind of a buggy mess right now. They're gonna have to kind of fix a lot of stuff, but it still looked like pretty good. But I think I'm gonna wait for some more patches to play it.
So is it free to play or no?
No, you gotta pay for this game. It's like GTA.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's by the same producers as GTA 5?
Yes.
Or GTA?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the producers. So, but it's just like been a buggy mess, and I hope they can fix it. I mean, listen, there's two other games that come to mind when it comes to like shitty launches, and it was No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077, and it can be fixed if you want to put some time into it. But if you don't, you end up like Anthem. So,
and what's fucked up is that they tried to fix Anthem and EA shut them down.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn.
You know what it is? Even with the bugginess, you have to have enough people playing it and wanting to see it fixed as well, too.
Well, I mean, nobody really cared about No Man's Sky when it first came out. They were just like, "Fuck this game," and they brought it back.
I thought that it sold decently well at launch, but people were disappointed too. Though
I know people were returning the game.
Yeah,
Even Steam was giving people refunds.
Yeah.
Like anytime, like you have to issue refunds. Usually that's a death sentence. But No Man's Sky is literally the poster child of just don't give up. You can fix it.
I will say this: I did not expect this at all, and I don't even play this fucking series. But Hitman: World of Assassins has a Bond crossover where Mads Mikkelsen brings back his character from Casino Royale, so he is now in the world of Hitman.
Also, this is an odd that you brought that up because there's a Hitman crossover with Mind's Eye too.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, kind of crazy.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So Hitman as a franchise, like there's some people who go really fucking hard for those games. You know what I mean? And they've been cranking them out for years and fucking I don't know how many they have.
Up there with like Laura Croft.
Several generations. So I think there's a Hitman.
They made like
in every generation.
They made like two movies, right? Isn't there like
they made one movie. I don't know if they did two. So the first movie had what
came out recently.
Was there a second one?
I think one came out recently.
I remember Timothy Oliphant. He was Agent 47. I was like, what the fuck is this? But I mean, because I love the guy. I think that guy's great. But the movie did not hit for me. I was like, what the fuck is this? So it is what it is. But it's kind of weird. And then I don't know what the second one was, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they've been making sequels to shitty movies before, so just like Skyline. Skyline has 2 sequels. That was a terrible.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah,
ain't no way.
Skyline has 2 fucking sequels. You don't believe me? Open your fucking Netflix account and go to fucking type in Skyline. You'll see like 2 movies pop up.
God damn it!
Yeah, they had
that movie was so bad. Like that guy, like on the podcast, we talked about how bad that movie was, and I didn't see it. I was like, I need to watch and see how bad it was.
So
you guys are right. That movie. Horrible.
I saw this movie with Prodigy
I was there too.
and some of the Binhead.
Yeah.
Were you there too?
Yeah,
I thought you were out.
No, I watched it in
So,
theater.
So Prodigy kept trying to leave in the middle of the fucking movie. He's like, "Let's go, let's fucking go." Like, I'm like, "Dude, I paid money for this. Let's just see what happens. Maybe it gets better." And it didn't. And he just got mad at me because I made him stay. He kept trying to leave. Like, I'm like, "You really gonna leave?" He's like, "No, let's go. This movie's fucking ass." Like, let's just see. Maybe it gets better. Nope. And he just got mad at me. He was hella mad. He's like, "I tried to leave. I tried to save y'all." Oh, shit was fucking funny.
What's name was also a bad movie. Was it Battlefield?
Battlefield
Yeah,
Earth.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
Battlefield
was-
Earth. Yeah.
There's not Battlefield, but the Battleship. That's what I'm thinking.
That was the
Battleship.
Rihanna
Yeah,
Navy
Rihanna.
one, right?
Yeah, Rihanna and the dude who plays Eric North.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, Battleship, because it was
Yeah,
like based on the
Battleship.
fucking game board.
Based on a board game.
Yeah.
A board game. A board game.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold the
Yeah, I
fuck
remember
up.
that.
Is that what that's why that shit
Yeah.
was called Battleship?
It was
from
all
the
like
yeah,
on
fucking
the grid.
board
yeah.
game?
Yeah.
It is literally based off the board. It's based off the board
when,
game.
when the movie starts, it says like produced by Hasbro. Like
Yeah, because
Holy
Hasbro had
fuck.
Transformers and G.I. Joe. Theirs were running at the same time. And then they brought in Battleship, thinking they had another tempo. I'm like, whose idea was to make this movie off a board game and then change one of the enemy factions to fucking aliens? Like, who did that shit? Like, what the fuck? Y'all be wilding out there. Just saying.
God damn
and
it.
Rihanna was in it. I think that was like one of her first
Rihanna's
movies.
in it for like, she's literally in it for 6 minutes.
Yep.
Literally for 6. So, and then her other movie was terrible too. Like, I saw the sci-fi movie where she's like a shapeshifter, and she did like she performs the song.
Valerian.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Valerian.
Yeah,
That movie
That
was
movie was
terrible.
horrible,
That was,
And
yeah, that was.
I love Luc Besson. He's a fucking great director, but that movie was terrible. That was a terrible movie. Terrible
it was
fucking
so
movie.
bad. I hate that guy actor, Daning Dehan or something like that.
Hey, that kid's good. He's with Michael B. Jordan in fucking what's that movie where they have powers and shit?
And
I want to say Control. That's not the right
Contagion?
movie.
Not Contagion.
No, not Contagion. Damn it.
I can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about. He plays like
I know.
the special kid, but he also was in
Well,
Spider-Man.
He plays Harry in Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
He got
was
that
horrible
role
in that too.
because of that movie. Shit. What the hell's the name of that movie?
Chronicle.
Yes.
That's
Michael
the
B.
movie
Jordan was
with
in
Kid Powers.
Chronicle?
Yeah, he's in
Oh,
Chronicle.
I didn't know that.
He's the
Yeah.
black guy.
He's a black guy.
He's
Yeah.
he's the black guy in the movie. When all three of them get powers, he's the one that's killed first.
Oh,
So it's fucking wild. But yeah, Michael, he's young
yeah,
in that.
that is
movie.
him.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Michael B. Jordan. He's hella young. But yeah. Back to the summer showcase. I didn't know I needed this, and it's not a sequel, but it's another Wu-Tang fucking game where it looks like you're playing as characters that are looking for Wu-Tang, and like it has like the hi-fi rush kind of art style. Like you're using weapons. You got to find the members of the Wu-Tang Clan. They're like missing. They did not show a whole lot, but there's a huge like 30-minute fucking interview with the game's creators.
Okay.
Like, holy shit. They showed it. It was by GameSpot. GameSpot interviews the two creators. They talk about the inspiration because this is based off of, I think Ghostface brought this up, and they went off of it's based off a movie script that he had, and they changed the script into this movie. And so it's like this huge deal. He's all about it. It looks fucking pretty cool. I mean, they didn't show a whole lot, but it looks fucking good. I'm like, holy shit. So
I'm never gonna hate on anything Wu-Tang, so I'll have to check that one out.
It's for the
But
children.
here's what the fuck I want, and I know it didn't get announced. I want them to bring back Fight for New York. God damn it!
No.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: do not bring back Fight for New York. They need to bring back just the franchise as a whole, because the last one came out and it was fucking shit. The one where you had to do fucking the turntable remix shit and shit. There's fucking
Yeah,
that was
no,
stupid.
I'm talking
That
about
was
that old.
stupid.
I'm talking about that old school one where I could get Method Man versus
Mm-mm.
Snoop
Yeah.
versus 50 Cent
So
and
first-
shit. That shit was
first of all,
great.
All those dudes are in their 50s, and I have said this before. If you follow me on Twitter X, none of the new rappers would survive in fucking Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta. Any of those, they wouldn't survive. Like fucking.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
give some
the-
videos.
The baby literally killed a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's
did y'all
the
forget about
guy.
this?
I mean, what?
He shot him.
It'd be the baby versus Kendrick.
I mean, he's
That's
got a
it.
gun, so I mean, that's like
but I need other characters. I mean, you could put
Who's that guy that
Drake in there
shot
as like a
Magnus
test
Stallion's foot? Would she be in? Would it be in
Oh.
there?
Is it Trey?
Oh,
is it Trey?
Little
Trey Songz?
little shorty, little
Is that
Uzi.
him?
No, it wasn't Trey Songz. It was.
No, it was Trey Song.
It wasn't Trey Songz. It was a rapper. Trey Songz is a singer.
Yeah.
Was it one of the Palestine
He
guys?
just got stabbed, didn't he?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he did, but apparently he's been let out because apparently her security guard confessed that it was him shooting Megan in the foot. So
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's where you're missing out, though. Could you imagine if they had that fucking game out last year during the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick?
Oh
and
my
people were
God.
actually streaming that shit.
I just said that's 2 characters. Like, how many characters are in the other games?
It don't fucking matter.
It does matter.
Tory
People
Lanez,
would have
that's
been
what
going. They're
There
leaving
you
money
go.
on the table. I'm telling you.
No, they know.
Well-
I know none of these new rappers would survive in Def Jam. None of them,
Well, I mean,
except for maybe the Baby and Kendrick and who's maybe J. Cole.
it's all pretend
Everybody's
though.
getting
Like you could just
fucking
give them pretend. Like all this is pretend. Doesn't mean like we know they literally can't survive in a fighting setting, but it's all pretend. So whatever.
No,
I mean, during the whole
even
Drake,
even in a pretend setting, most of them are getting washed.
I think you have a
During the-
terrible imagination.
Yeah,
I mean, during the whole
Like,
entire
this
Drake
is just gonna be some
Kendrick
I'm sorry.
Lamar beef,
If
we
I'm
got like
playing-
an AI gameplay that's like straight Mortal Kombat style. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen. So I mean, are you gonna have Tekashi 6ix9ine fight Diddy
Yeah,
or like fucking
all of it.
no? I need.
actually, now I want that.
Hold on. We are the generation that watched literal MTV Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we are.
So don't tell me that we don't want to see this shit. We do want
I
to
don't
see
want-
this
no.
shit.
I'm not trying to see the designer fight fucking some little mumble mouth fucking rapper. I'm not interested in
do.
that.
Oh, he's
No, I
want Eminem.
the designer has to fight OT Genesis, and
There
he's
you go.
and he's 100% going to be on cocaine. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
What the fuck? Who the fuck? You know what?
Yeah,
Never
you
We'll
mind.
have
You're not
more
seeing the
female
vision
rappers
of
in
that.
this too.
This could fucking work.
Mm-mm.
We got Nicki Minaj and Little Kim can show back up in there. We got fucking
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Get Amigos in there cooking up shit with a
Doja
Uzi.
Cat.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, this game could bridge the gap and have like new folks who are teenagers now, looking back on Redman or Eric Sermon or
Okay,
Tribe Called
okay.
Quest.
if you had some of the old, like the rappers that were still alive today from the old school games versus some of the new generations, then maybe it'll get my $80. Maybe. But if you
You
have
said
all these
$8 or $80?
80.
Okay.
could you imagine
So, but
a
if you
soundtrack
have-
on this bitch too? It'll be
Oh yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
fucking fire.
fire.
But the thing is, I'm just saying, most of these new rappers, they can't. Like, I don't see most of them trying to have some fighting style.
I don't
Maybe
see
the
why you're
girls,
stuck on
like
this.
Yoshi,
I don't see why
they
you're stuck
can't
on this.
They can't survive. They,
He don't think they can fight.
It's make
I'll
believe.
leave
You know, fictional characters, bro. Like,
even
Yeah,
their fictional,
yeah.
even their fictional characters getting mollywopped. I'm just saying.
okay.
Just saying. They're not worth it.
Here's the other thing too. With it being a video game, bring back Pimp C. Have Too Short in there.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
So
You-
I mean,
you could bring back Pac.
yeah, I was gonna say with rappers that have passed away, I think that would be a little bit too weird for people. I would say leave that alone. There's plenty of rappers out there that can get washed over, but still, if it was old school versus new school, I would probably be more interested in that. But these new rappers, I'm not interested.
I don't even know who owns the fucking rights to that game. Do you? Who owns it?
Def Jam.
It wasn't
It's Def
Capcom
Jam.
or Mortal Kombat,
It's a-
folks.
The Def Jam, isn't it?
Might
I think
have been.
so.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Battle for New York.
That shit was cool.
Yeah, there was Battle for New York, but I own the original Def Jam.
That shit
They're
was
all
fun. That
yeah.
shit
It
was-
was just.
All right.
hmm.
We got to
Go
move on.
Or even Loki.
We're not
came
going to go
up.
for the last game because that shit looks stupid. Yeah, I guess we'll go on to the infuriating part of the podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I have a lot of thoughts on what occurred over the weekend in LA.
Wait,
There-
hold on. I'm sorry. Before you start, just to answer Prodigy's question, the Def Jam Fight for New York game, well, that's an EA game.
Okay.
EA Canada and published by EA Games. So this is EA property. So yeah.
That's cool. All right.
ahead.
So there was a protest that started in L.A. over the weekend. I think it was probably over the weekend, right? But was it on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on
Friday or
Saturday, right?
Saturday,
Yeah,
yeah,
something
one
like
of
that. Anyway, that started off as like a protest for people that were getting snatched up by ICE. I just want to preface this by saying people are protesting for literal illegal acts.
Yep.
Like, I don't know why people seem to like mess this up, but they're literally snatching people up and then they're throwing them in, some crazy secret, like prisons, and then deporting them somewhere without due process. This is illegal. This is not new. So it's 100% illegal to throw somebody in jail with no due process in America. It doesn't matter if they're illegal or not. It says the people in the constitutional, I think it was an amendment, not not U.S. citizens. So due process is afforded to every single person that is here in America. So let's just get that straight. So what they're doing is legal, and they're protesting an illegal act that is being done to citizens and non-citizens alike. Because how would you know if they're really citizens or not? I don't know. Have a fucking trial. Super easy, right? And they're also snatching people from like literally in the middle of their asylum process, which is insane to me because they're literally going through all the right steps and they're waiting for them at court to snatch them up after trial, even before trial. So that's just a preface, just laying the groundwork for all this. That's why you're seeing protests in LA because they're going through and they're getting migrant workers. Remember when they first said they were going to get criminals and shit like that, like rapists, and that's not who they're going for. They're going
Drug
for people
dealers.
they're going for people that are literally doing day laborers in like Home Depot parking lots. They're going after like dishwashers, restaurant, workers, kids, like mothers that are picking up. They literally arresting parents picking up their kids from school. Like this is crazy. These are not some hardened fucking criminals. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because every single time I see some folks on whatever side of the aisle bring this up, they miss the whole point that people are protesting a literal illegal act. Okay.
Yeah.
It started off mostly peacefully, and then they decided.
Like they usually do.
Yeah, President Trump decided to. There was some like property damage, but it wasn't a lot. I mean, LAPD is like literally. I think it's the largest PD we have in America. It's definitely the most well funded. They're very well versed in suppressing protests and riots. I mean, you can't really suppress a protest because that's a legal act, but a riot, like I can understand, wanting to stop property damage and violence in general. I get that. And LAPD is a very large PD. They're well versed in this. I have no idea. Well, I know why. President Trump decided to send in 2,000 National Guardsmen to the area for some reason. And then after that, he decided to mobilize 700 active Marines, which is one of the dumbest fucking things I have ever heard of in a place where, like, if there was like lives at stake or something like that, then yeah, I guess. But this was like nowhere near the level of the Rodney King riots, like nowhere near that level.
And I just ask something that I haven't taken the time to look this up, but it doesn't pass the smell test. Usually, when there's either natural disaster or civil unrest, said governor of whatever state there is asks federal government for National Guard and troops and FEMA and whatever the hell else. My understanding is it didn't necessarily go that way between Newsom and Trump.
No.
Am I incorrect in that?
You are correct. And the only time this has happened before, because it has happened before, where they mobilized U.S. troops against our own citizens, it was back with LBJ because southern states were defying the desegregation orders. So was this anywhere on that level? Fuck no, it was not.
Nope.
So,
but doesn't the current state's governor have control over the National Guard for that state itself? Like, aren't they kind of the I guess I can't get a word, but like, aren't they the one that controls the National Guards for their state?
They are
governor of that state.
They are supposed to, yes.
Yeah.
But in this case, I mean, a criminal's doing criminal shit. So, am I surprised by this at this point in time? No.
But something. Sorry, not to cut you off, but have they sent like National Guards to like, was it like not Louisiana, but there was another state that had like a giant hurricane that went through there.
North Carolina.
No, they sent FEMA.
Right?
Yeah, usually it's FEMA. So sometimes they'll send the National Guard or stuff like that to like help out, but it's not to like suppress, like in a suppressive capacity.
But like, I'm pretty sure that they can use some National Guards there for fucking help because then they turn down FEMA help for that state.
Yeah, it's been kind of.
That's a whole nother story. Okay, continue your train of thought. My bad.
Anyway, the thing about sending out U.S. Marines for me was like totally inappropriate because that's not what Marines are for. Like, we're not any kind of police force. We're literally the tip of the spear. We're classified as fucking shock troops. So when I say we, I mean literally. I'm a U.S. Marine. If y'all didn't know, and sending U.S. Marine infantry to LA is even further like, what the fuck are you doing? Because these people, they're not trained to like suppress like a protest. They're not trained in non-lethal firearms. As far as I know, somebody is a grunt out there. You can educate me, but as far as I know, y'all aren't. You have to build up to that. There's like a training regimen you have to do that, and I don't think they did that in like 2 fucking days. So. I don't know why they're sending U.S. Marines there. I know it's for intimidation, but it's like it's a total waste of time. Like, Marines are not designed to do that. So that really pissed me off as a Marine. And what pisses me off even more is that there's a lot of my fellow brothers and sisters that are out there. Don't get me wrong, we are not all of the same mind. I know that I'm like on the far end of some of this stuff, but some of them are like frothing at the mouth to get out there and suppress these protesters. But I'm like, okay, come with that same energy when they go out to like, I don't know, like Wisconsin, they try to like, take your guns or some shit like that. Like, is that where you want to take this? Because that's what could happen. Like, this is just one step in them suppressing more and more people. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see more and more escalations from the current president in other locations, because so far there's been not enough pushback in California as far as like our government goes here.
Well, let me do a little forecasting with my Negrodamus crystal ball. This weekend is going to get much more people than we saw last weekend. People are fired up. More people are interested in protesting. People who haven't protested ever before, even during the Floyd riots / protests and all of that stuff. There's going to be a lot of people, and I'm talking millions, state by state, not just LA, not just California, all fucking over. And rightly so. Like, the country is starting to wake up to how fascist and tyrannical this government really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sadly.
And it's a shame that not enough people really realize that, of like how far this is going down, like the fascist like playbook. This is literally like what fascists do. He's suppressing the population. He's named some, marginalized group and just mass deporting them. And you know what's the crazy thing? Is that he's actually deported less people than Biden did. Like, way less.
I'm so glad you said that, because people have gotten that really, really twisted. Yeah. So let me be really clear about that, just piggybacking. It's not just Trump, and I'm not trying to defend him for shit, but the funding of ICE has steadily increased since the Bush administration, when it all started. And that means Obama, that means Biden, that means Trump the first time, that means Trump the second time. Everybody keeps funding. And I'll also go back and say this. There were people, rightly so, even during the Biden years, just a few years ago, that were saying radical things like, hey, maybe ICE should be abolished. And they got turned down. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of people right now that don't like fucking ICE. Like, some people saw this
ice in my drink
shit coming, and they were called fucking crazy. And they don't look so fucking crazy right now, do they?
I mean, even Kamala Harris, she said that Trump is going to send the army after you. Like, this is literally one of her speeches, and like that's what he's done.
Fucking word to word.
And this is the crazy thing, is like, I don't like the fact that they've really moved the Overton window on this issue with immigration, because I sit here and I'm complaining about Trump and all these crazy ICE things, but the people that are so-called Democrats, like I said, they have deported more people.
Yep.
And this is a problem.
But have they at least given these people like due process before deporting them, or have they been like
not all of them?
Not all of them. Yeah.
No.
But it definitely was a different process, and it definitely was not as like inflammatory. Like, they're literally doing these things on purpose to like get people pissed off.
I'll also say this too, because it's getting a little bit lost in the sauce. Yes, brown people, people of Latin descent, are catching hell right now, regardless of the immigration status. Absolutely true. I will also say that people from Haiti and the Caribbean and quite a few other places catch hell and have always caught hell as well. So when I hear people who are non-Latino saying, "Oh, well, this isn't our fight. It doesn't matter to," there's a lot of black people, first of all, that come from a variety of countries, and plenty of them are also being mistreated, regardless of their immigration status, as well. And even if that wasn't bad enough, or if that's not bad enough for you, remember there are people who are just everyday citizens that have gotten snatched up and deported out of this country.
Yeah, because there's no due process. Like there's a reason why we have due process in America. It's to make sure that you have the right person and they fit, like they're actually convicted of an actual crime. Like just sending them off willy nilly is insane. And even then, like even with that process, people fuck up all the time.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I want to circle back to what Haji was saying about other cities following suit. They already have.
Yep.
According to today, according to the New York Times, there's been Philadelphia where 15 people have been arrested, Atlanta, Austin, Chicago with over 1,000 people. There's video of some shit. Dallas. This was Monday night, 9:40. There's a bunch of people out. It doesn't say how many. LA, obviously. New York City.
The city here,
Omaha.
the city near me, Redwood City, had like a giant protest at City Hall. I mean, it wasn't thousands of people, but like it was a good turnout for it.
Yeah, well, no, this
Same
is
with
like, New York had 115 people, but it looks like Atlanta or Austin had 1,000 people. Omaha, which is weird because that's Nebraska.
Yeah.
I don't imagine a lot of brown people there. Philadelphia.
Hold on, you don't have to name all the cities, so Ninja. Like we know
Yeah,
there's a lot of cities.
Shout out to Jody Sweden.
He likes lists, Kronos. He
Yeah.
loves lists.
I do like my list.
Shout out to Jody Sweden, Sweeney.
Jordan Sweeney.
No, Sweden.
Yeah,
Sweden.
Sorry about that.
Jody Sweden. She played Stephanie on Full House and Fuller House. I mean, she's been out there. Like, she was out there for Black Lives Matter, the whole George Floyd thing. Like, she was out there protesting, and she's out there again protesting for immigration. So, shout out to her. She's a real one. I mean, I've seen other actors and actresses out there protesting, but like her, like she's not posted. Yeah. She's not posting that she's out there. It's people spotting her, which I think is really cool. Unless these people are like secret cells for her, but I don't know. She advertised it very well. But yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah. Can I just say on a macro level, I mean, obviously we could look at some new polls and, maybe I just don't have a sense of what the country is all about, but I do think the majority of the country is starting to or already disapproves of some of these like draconian methods by ICE and all of that. If our elected leaders were truly beholden to the people and you have a tsunami of support for or against something, you would see action, but they ain't working for us. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I think that this upcoming like mid-election cycle is going to be a killing for the Republicans. I think they're going to lose a lot of ground because this is a losing battle that they're doing. Like especially the manner that they're doing it with. Like I've said it before, Biden deported more people than Trump did at this point without all this insanity.
Oh yeah.
But from my standpoint, I think the vast majority of people don't really need to be deported. Like most of them are just hardworking people that pay taxes. To me, like as long as you're paying taxes and you're not doing some like egregious crimes, I don't really give a shit. So just keep contributing to our society. That's the way to go here in America. But
that's kind of the crazy shit we're seeing. Like, because they're going to like Home Depot. Like, there's people out there just living their life, trying to like support their families, and they're out there just attacking them, like dragging them off the street. Like there was, it's not even just like, I guess there's still brown colored people, but like there was like a girl who was at a protest and she was just walking down the street and ICE jumped out of a van, masked up, fucking grabbed her and threw inside of her van. It's like, how scary of an incident is that? Like you're literally here in a foreign country and a van pulls up and like 8 guys randomly jump out and grab you. Like that
sounds
fucking,
like a.
I would think like
Bang Bus.
I'm gonna be raped. I'm gonna fucking be fucking killed.
Or that sounds like some shit on Pornhub. I'm just saying. Just saying.
But like ICE is doing like crazy shit to get people houses too. Like they're wearing like yellow vests and saying like, "Hey, I'm with Xfinity. I'm here to check your cable line or something like that." I mean, apparently they can come up with this. They actually can lie like that, but like the fact that they're doing it is just fucking scam or it's crappy.
It's a huge fear tactic. That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
Like they want to intimidate and have people living in fear. They're going into schools. They're doing all kinds of shit. They're the fucking Gestapo. Like there's a lot of fucking parallels there. People don't like to admit that shit, but I'll call it like I see them with their fucking masks on.
Once again, it comes back to having due process because there's like some kid who was here from Brazil and he's being deported and he's only known America like his whole entire life. And it's like the kid's like is graduating from high school and like he's going to get deported and he doesn't know what's going to happen next just because, you know, he's never lived in Brazil. So like what's going to happen with him? Yeah.
And I mean, we also got to say a lot of the motivation for all of this is the white supremacist birth mythology stuff in terms of, replacing the majority white people in this country with people of other ethnicities and all of that other stuff, and that fear of a brown or black planet or a black country, brown country, whatever. That's some of what's behind this shit. And I don't know, people just don't want to call it for what it is. But the other thing I want to really point out too that like fucking chaps my hide was this bullshit of, oh my God, why would people in Los Angeles be waving a Mexican flag at a protest? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Have you never been to LA before or any part of California, really? Like, what the fuck?
Like, I'm sorry. And maybe if you're living in Iowa or Alaska or something, maybe you just don't realize, but there are millions of Mexican American folks here in California, and especially in LA County, as large as it fucking is. And the other thing is, I've seen some pretty obvious Nazi and fucking Confederate flags at a whole lot of other rallies. So I need y'all to shut the fuck up.
Even
no.
Flag, it's fucking.
You got to say the quiet part out loud. So, for I guess everybody, how do you say San Diego in English?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Again, Palo Alto
or Los Angeles,
or Los Angeles,
San Francisco,
or California. Like these are all,
or Rancho Cucamonga.
Like there's a girl who basically lists off like all this fucking cities in California that is a Spanish name, and I was like, wow, there's a fucking lot.
Well, you know what's funny?
It's almost like we used to be part of Mexico.
Yeah, but hold on.
Right?
Can I hold on? Something needs to be said though, because I need to mess all y'all up for a minute. The Spanish is still a Polynesian language. Like that's not native to Mexico. I think we all just kind of assume it is. So it just needs to be said. So
true.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so there are some places that have Native American names for cities instead of Spanish or whatnot.
Some, yeah.
So like Ohlone.
Like Ohlone, yeah.
Ohlone, even though Ohlone's a community, that used to be a city or a town. But there's also like, especially way up north of California towards Oregon, there's a lot of native like land that has like native towns up there. So
yeah,
it's just funny.
I like I'm pretty sure it's half true, but like the whole reason why this whole LA thing is happening is it's part of the Diggum scandal. It's a term. So if you don't know what the Diggum scandal is, it's a term from Family Guy, where basically like the mayor spent all this money to buy a giant Diggum, the serial character.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, talking about Honey Smacks?
Yeah, Honey Smacks. Yeah, that's where it's from. He buys a giant gold statue of Diggum from the Honey Smack
I remember that.
The
cereal.
frog?
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Frog?
the mayor of Coal Hall buys his frog, and to get people to stop thinking about it, he creates a ban on being gay or whatever. So like anybody who's gay, like there's this whole hate against them. So kind of jumping back to the whole LA riot. So the whole the whole LA protest. So basically Trump is trying to get people to forget about Elon Musk tweeting out that that Donald Trump is in the Epstein list, basically. Yeah, Epstein
Which
files.
we all knew.
Yeah,
we all knew that.
But hold on, rewind just a little bit, Blue. Honey Smacks were the ones that were like the little cone-shaped cereals, right? That had the
they were.
It was like
They look like little. They look like nuggets. They look little nuggets.
But what was the difference between those and the ones with the sugar bear?
The sugar.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, the sugar bear was the sugar bear. They were honeycomb shaped.
That was honeycomb and sugar bear were different people.
No, Smacks. They were like little, like I don't know, like they look like coffee beans, like little golden coffee beans.
Yeah.
Where
you're talking about
sugar bear was like honeycombs.
Damn, look at Prodigy bringing it back. I totally forgot about Golden Crisps.
I remember Golden Crisps.
That's what he's talking about.
Honey Crisp.
That's the honey bear.
Yeah.
Golden Crisps is what it's called.
But are they honeycomb like a honeycomb?
Do they look alike? Did they look alike?
They do. Hold on, let me just make sure.
They're the same shits. Different.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they
you
are
were fucking right.
They are very much the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah,
they look like little coffee beans.
Yeah, one is Kellogg's and one is Post.
That's hilarious. Dang.
Holy shit! Can you still?
It was called Golden Crisp or Sugar Crisp.
I just remember
Crisp.
the frog was all hip hop and shit. He had like a gold chain and like fucking headphones and a fucking cap and shit.
You know, black folks have always taken, rightly so, the offense with the whole raccoon and obviously the racist shit with the monkey and the racist shit with the crows. But we have been associated with frogs for quite a bit.
Yeah, like the WB frog.
The WB frog was black. I don't care what none of y'all say.
Oh my god, bro! There's literally a side by side of Honey Smacks and Golden Crisp, and they look Honey Crisp or Honey Smacks a little bit lighter, but they're like exactly the goddamn same. And they don't make Honey Crisp anymore. Cereal. Yeah, they don't make Honey Crisp anymore.
Do they still make Diggums or I don't even know the same cereal.
Well, remember the bear was black too, though. The bear had a very white kind of vibe to him.
Like, hey, I'm gonna come home and fuck your mother a little bit later today. Eat the cereal.
Was he like into sports too? Was he like kind of like the knockoff Tony the Tiger?
He wasn't so much into sports. He was into fucking moms, single moms.
Yeah, single moms. Yeah, you know, with the spades tattoo.
Yeah.
And it was Sugar Bear. The R was silent.
I mean, Sugar Bear already sounds like a pimp name. If you really think
it really does. Damn, they really redesigned Honey Smacks too. He's got a backwards cap on. I'm sorry, it's sideways now. He's got a sideways hat on. Yeah, I haven't had like real legit cereal in like a long time.
Yeah,
because I'll have You guys ever had? Oh shit, they have a really good new cereal. But it's kind of like for keto people, but it's really good. It's called Magic Spoon.
Post.
Yeah.
No, I never heard.
Some of those flavors taste incredibly great, like they're fun and sweet and whatnot. Others taste like the bottom of someone's ass crack.
Yeah, they have some good ones though. They have some good ones.
There's like this thing that's been going around, like trending on TikTok, where people kind of go back and they try to re-eat like struggle meals, and cereal was on that list. Cereal, like at night, late at night, you got nothing to eat. Cereal was always that kind of go-to thing you could have, like cornflakes and like fucking Cheerios. Even like Vienna, they're going back to like Vienna sausage, fucking top ramen.
Oh goddamn!
Fucking hamburger helper.
So there's a certain friend of ours' wife that got my kids into eating Spam. You'll know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
God damn it! Every time she does it, I'm just like, you are a chef, and I can't stand the fact that you make Spam so delicious because I hate fucking Spam.
Yeah.
But she does it well.
Yeah, she does. That's hilarious. Oh man, we went off the rails now. We went from like LA protest to fucking comparing old 80s cereal
The struggle milk.
It's
God damn.
nostalgia.
Oh man, same cereal, different fucking pimp ass bear versus a pimp frog.
I kept thinking, I kept thinking in my mind, is he talking about like the poor people cereal? Like they just came like the fucking plastic bags. But then I was like,
yeah,
no, this is a premium cereal.
Those value
You know what I
cereals.
mean?
Yeah, the value ones.
I hate saying poor people, but yeah, honestly, like those are like the value ones probably taste pretty similar. But
Yeah.
when you're a kid,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like you need to be
Yeah.
Captain Crunch. You can't be like Lieutenant fucking, Sizzle or some shit.
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
You need that captain, bro. Doesn't matter.
As long as they made the milk fucking sugar, like just soaked in sugar, as kids we're all good.
So
But
wait. The frog, obviously from Honey Smacks, definitely black. The rabbit from Trix, that was a white rabbit, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
not a.
And
Yeah.
the rabbit was on crack.
He was
Yes.
definitely on something. Like
The Trix bunny, yeah,
I'm gonna
he
say
was,
probably like meth.
Yeah.
yeah. What
That
a- I think-
leprechaun from Lucky Charms, though, he was on some other shit too.
He was.
Yeah.
He was all about stealing your money. That's what he was all about.
What about
Damn, I miss
fucking
those old cereals,
Tony the
man.
Tiger?
Tony the Tiger, he knew what's up. He was probably like one of the pinnacles because he's always telling you to do like good shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, trying to
Yeah.
get out there, do sports.
Yeah. Here,
Yeah,
have 45 grams of fucking sugar and like per spoonful of cereal, and then go out there, and, run some laps, bro.
My favorite though was like a goddamn breakfast cereal that was literally just cookies. What was it, Cookie Crisp or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like Jesus fucking Christ. You're having cookies and milk for breakfast.
I mean, that's basically what it is. Like all of these are like, if you
Yeah.
look at
Dude,
like
remember?
how much sugar is in those, it's crazy.
I feel like we're already in high school when this came out. With fucking Reese's Cup cereal,
Yep.
and they
Oh,
had
nobody
my
mentioned the
all-time
Honey
favorite
Bee?
cereal. My all-time favorite cereal is fucking Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Like there
Wait,
was
the
like a point in my
treats?
life. Yeah,
Yeah,
they literally took Rice Krispie Treat, the bars that you make with mushrooms with marshmallows. They break it up in little crumbs and decided to throw that shit in milk. But yeah, that was. I would sit there, eat a whole fucking box. And this actually came out in probably 2001, 2002, because this was definitely out of high school. I was already adult eating these.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna take y'all back. Do you remember when them three white ass elves went hip hop with the snap, crackle, and pop and shit?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they used to call them. I think their names were Snap, Crackle, and Pop, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what their name is. 100%.
Okay, a little sidebar on this one. Have you guys ever saw the Cinderella parody?
No.
Cinderella.
Cinderella had a snapping vagina.
Oh.
Like her shit was snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh,
every time
shit.
every time I see Rice Krispie, I always think of that for some reason because her
Actually,
vagina would snap,
Now
crackle,
she
pop.
mentioned it, I have seen that parody.
And her fairy was like a black guy who happened to be robbing
Yep.
her house, and he had like a magical wand that he stuck on her, not on her, but yeah, and he gave her a magical pussy.
God damn it.
I
Wait.
remember that.
I might be making this shit up, so y'all fact check me. Wasn't there a cereal that was literally a cinnamon roll, like little mini cinnamon
Oh,
roll?
yeah.
Cinnamon Toast
Oh,
Crunch.
yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No,
No,
there was
no,
another
no,
one.
no,
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 there was another one.
It was in a
Oh,
circular one.
yeah.
Yeah, there's one that had circular rolls. Yeah. I remember that one.
Like why when you said it, the theme song popped in my head, like Cinnabon, something. Yeah, the song popped in my head right when you said it.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it
it was
Cinnabon?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch rolls is what it was called.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go. See?
And it is still around, and that seems like diabetes.
What?
I'm just seems like straight up diabetes. I gotta look. There's got to be a lot of fucking sugar in these. I was actually looking up the highest amounts of sugar in cereal, and it's pretty incredible.
It's more than a candy bar in some ways.
Sometimes.
It's too small.
Shit is wild.
Y'all, out of all these mascots, y'all didn't bring up the honeybee. The honeybee is
yeah.
still around, I think.
He's still around.
So
love
there's a
Honey
difference
Crunch.
between the honeybee from
Honey
Cheerios,
Nut
which is all
Cheerios.
good and definitely a white character, but that's different from the Honey Smacks or the honeycomb guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Totally different.
Honey-
And there was
honey-
wasn't the honeycomb some kind of monster, little furry
some kind of
thing?
monster. But then there
Yeah.
was the
Oh yeah, and the kids would freak out when they didn't get it. They'll transform to this goddamn monster.
Yep. But remember, there was the one broke ass cereal that had like literally the old black woman that was a factory worker. Okay, I stay with me.
Not
There-
your mama.
There was like a breakfast cereal, and she would have on goggles and a fucking hard hat, and she would be talking about honey bunches of oats. What that is?
Yeah, but that was kind of the healthy, sort of healthy. I used to love that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But that was their mascot. This old black woman that
Yeah,
worked at the
because she was
fucking
at the factory. Yeah, I remember that. So I was looking up the nutritional data for the the Cinnamon Toast Crunch rolls, and it's 28 grams of sugar per cup. A cup is only 36 goddamn grams. So it's like
Wait,
pretty much mostly fucking
Wait,
sugar.
Say that one more time.
It is 28. It is 28 grams of sugar per cup, and
Goddamn.
a cup is 36 grams. So you're basically
What
just eating
cereal is
sugar.
that one?
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch rolls.
Goddamn.
God.
Like there's
Damn.
the one that I remember seeing. I think it was either my grandmother or my grandpa. Something. Do you remember how nasty grape nuts were? You remember like the first time
Oh,
trying
yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit?
that.
It's
But no,
straight
as you
fucking
get older, though,
cardboard.
as
I
you
remember when
get,
they
as you
brought
get
in
older,
different
though,
flavors. Yeah.
That fiber helps you stay,
yeah.
Pooping.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid trying that. It was just like eating like cardboard rocks. It was just because it was just hard.
You know what's kind of weird? Not weird, but like my youngest daughter, she likes eating Raisin Bran. That's like her jam.
Oh yeah.
Raisin Bran is actually
Okay,
a really good one.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
on that one.
As a kid, I used to love Raisin Bran,
It's
but
got
then
some sugar in there.
as I got older, I got into Raisin Bran Crunch. Like
Yeah,
that
that
one.
shit's good as fuck, man.
That one slaps. As the kids say,
Now I gotta look how much sugar is in
Great.
that. How much sugar is in it?
dude.
God,
Probably a
damn,
lot of
are you
sugar.
fucking
Since we're on
serious?
the topic of cereals, Captain Crunch. Like there's Captain Crunch berries, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Like all
Mhm.
those would just tear up your mouth.
The one that got me was when that motherfucking captain said, "I made a mistake," and he called that shit "Oops, all berries."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all berries. Yeah.
I was like, "The fuck you doing, Captain?"
Dropping all
I
the
remember
berries.
Lucky
Dropping
Charms, their shapes changed too because the marshmallows used to be shaped like the actual charms, but now they're
Lucky
just
Charms.
like,
Yeah.
aren't they just like blocks or thingies now?
Yeah.
We fell down a real deep fucking rabbit
Yeah,
hole.
sorry,
Oh,
y'all.
we must really
I was
like
thinking that Raisin Bran was
cereal.
like actually nutritious. It's got
No,
47 grams of
yeah.
sugar per cup.
Yeah,
Damn.
Oh no, I'm
I
sorry.
used to
That's not per cup. I don't know what it says.
bowl?
1G21. How the fuck is that a measurement? Like, it's about 10
I don't know.
servings per container. So I have no idea how much that is.
yeah.
Oh shit. So y'all remember
Dude,
when
all
they would
cereal has
have,
tons of
uh,
fucking sugar. Like even like
yeah.
Cheerios has tons
Yeah.
of fucking sugar in it.
so y'all remember when they had like seasonal, not seasonal, but when Halloween came around, got all the like
The
Halloween
blueberries.
based fucking cereal,
Yeah.
the Frankenberry,
Yeah.
Count Chocolate,
Count
and the
Chocolate.
blueberries. I was like, it was really like the same cereal, with just some different marshmallows in that shit.
I
And
do
then
remember that
Fruit
shit.
Yeah.
And then Fruit Loops had Toucan Sam talking shit.
Remember the Flintstone cereals and the vitamins? Warrior Fella's just bringing that up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That Flintstone cereal, that was good as fuck though. Like them fruity pebbles and cocoa pebbles and
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, god damn, man, we went down that rabbit hole. Shit.
Yeah, we did. We went away from I guess sadness
Trump.
for
Yeah.
a while. Because yeah, I mean, I already gave my opinion on like what's happening. It's wholly unwarranted.
Wait. I'm sorry, I had to run back over here.
Sure.
So you guys were talking about Fruity Pebbles. I have my headphones on. Did you know that Fruity Pebbles is just rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally baked rice that they flatten. Like that's what it fucking is.
It's kinda like
I
rice
think
and
I learned
sugar.
that.
Kind of like Rice
And then
Krispies.
it had
recently.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically rice and sugar. Would it be considered a horchata?
Horchata. Yeah. Because it's got milk too, right? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I guess you add milk.
We need some cinnamon. So I think if they had
Yeah.
cinnamon, whatever they call them. Yeah.
God damn.
Some sticks.
That was all over the place. We went like some ADHD level of like down a rabbit hole.
Mhm.
And all four of us went down that rabbit hole together. We were just like, yeah, remember them cereal?
Yeah, we were went straight up member berries on cereal
Damn
for
it.
like a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're not. I forgot to ask Prodigy what his. There's not enough time, but you owe me some Andor time, Prodigy. We gotta go into it.
Did you finish
No,
it?
it's too late now.
Yeah.
Did you finish it though?
It's too late. No, he gave up.
I will say this on a separate note. I am gonna take my daughter tomorrow to see this. There's a Dan to Dan in theaters,
Oh shit! Damn, I want to see that too.
and my daughter has insisted. I was like, oh, you want to maybe take my son to or her brother or whatever. She was like, fuck no, this is a me and you thing.
She needs that quality time, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh, also, happy birthday! It was yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
So
Appreciate
for everybody that
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know,
Oh, I forgot. You old as fuck now.
actually,
I'd rather
I think Prodigy is the youngest person on the podcast.
I thought that was Blue. I thought Blue
No,
was young.
Blue's older than me.
Blue's older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, so then the youngest is actually Stitch then. I think Stitch is the youngest.
Yeah, he might be. But
That's
yeah.
probably right.
I will give you some props for the first time ever and the last time, Old Ninja. I was playing some goddamn Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies over the weekend. I didn't understand nothing when it came to these goddamn bubble gums and research and augments and whatnot. And I was asking questions. Now, Old Ninja explained it. He made like a 50-page list for some reason and read every single name slowly.
Yeah,
But he
'Cause I
explained
know
it to me.
because you don't be listening, so I got to break it down.
You just like lists, man. That's what your thing is.
He's got to read them all one by
Exactly.
one.
Wait, we forgot that one.
Can't be
We forgot
skipping
that
shit.
Anyway, y'all want to wrap it?
I think he closes his bathroom door like 3 times when he goes to the bathroom. Just saying.
It's
Oh,
really
like-
AD.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Oh, like fucking what's his name
Some
from
OCD shit.
Big Bang Theory?
All right,
Watch that show.
all right. Let's wrap it on up. Blue, what you got popping this week? Goddammit.
First, I just want I have like some huge fucking announcement that dropped today, and I'm super fucking excited about it. They are making a remake of Ronin Warriors, aka
shit.
Samurai Troopers.
Yeah.
This is my childhood dream. Like when they redid Sailor Moon Crystal and brought that shit back, I was like, okay, they got to do fucking Ronin Warriors, because Ronin Warriors kind of was like Sailor Moon. You got 5 guys with colors, and they summon their powers, and they put on these cool outfits and start kicking ass. Basically, what they did with Sailor Moon. But I'm such a big fan. Like I actually brought, I have my fucking Ronin Warrior action figures.
Damn.
That I took
at
out of
this guy.
fucking. So we got fucking Rowan, which was my first screen name when internet came out. Then you got Ryu. Actually, I'm only missing one character. You got Sage. Like I got most of the fucking characters. I remember going to like KB Toys to try to get these figurines, but also got fucking goddamn Wildfire here.
Remember all the
But
names
yeah,
too.
the
Wow.
series, they're bringing back the series. I'm super happy about it. It's been like almost goddamn 40 years since the original ones dropped out. But yeah, that was announced today. And at first when it dropped, I was like, okay, this is just some fucking AI shit. Somebody done posted. But then as the day went on, like more news articles, like comic books started to pick it up. Fucking Otaku started to pick it up. Fucking Crunchyroll started to pick up the article. I was like, this shit's fucking real. This isn't a fucking dream. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's supposed to drop in January 2026. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Other note, Father Day is this weekend, Sunday, and my son's preschool is doing a dad and donut event, basically, where
Nice.
they're having the dads can show up and have donuts with their kids. They did something similar for the mom. They had muffins and moms, which was pretty cool. So I got that going. The other, was it Saturday? Ninja and Stitch and I, we all met up for dinner. We had dinner over here in town, which it was a lot of fun too.
Where'd you guys
Great
go?
fucking food, great drink. We went to the town in San Carlos.
Oh, it's called The Town. Okay.
Yeah, it's called the town. Yeah. They are It's part of a chain, so they're part of Nola's in Palo Alto and Milagros in Redwood City. There's another location I always forget the name of it, but yeah, we met up there, had some really good fucking food. They went to this place called Faith and Spirit, which there was no church there, there's no gods, but they had some really good drinks there, and they have this thing called dueling pianos. So basically, they have like two pianos on the stage, and these people would like basically play the piano at the same time, which is pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, so we finally have tenants that moved into our old place today. They moved in today. I didn't get a chance to meet them. I kind of want to know if I can meet them because we have a property managing team kind of managing all that. But I think it should be cool for me to meet who's living in our fucking house. But it's going to be it's a mom and dad, and both of them are in the military. The dad is deployed now, and the mom is kind of staying home with their two kids. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
I want to meet them just because they're living in our house, but I guess we'll just see.
It's probably, I mean, I met my landlord before, so yeah.
Oh wait, also I'm watching. Oh fuck, I'm watching. I think I mentioned it. I'm watching Dragon Ball Daima, which is just fucking Dragon Ball GT fucking remastered. Yep. Like I'm watching, I'm like, this is the same fucking story. Like I'm not. There's nothing like. I mean, it's cool to see like the animation style a little bit better and stuff like that, but they just really rewrote Dragon Ball GT, and it's kind of fucking sad.
which nobody asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Toriyama was behind it, but
everybody wants to see, what is it? It's Super Saiyan level 4, where he's got like the tail.
With the
red hair.
He gets his tail back and he gets hairier. It just makes it canon, basically.
Yeah.
But I need more I need more Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, because the moral arc is dope as fuck. That's it for me.
Well, Ninja, what you got?
First off, this is currently developing. RIP to Ananda Lewis. She's a former MTV VJ. She just passed away a few hours ago. So it's been all over social media. I will talk about it next week. This is developing news. On the personal level, hanging out with Stitch and Blue was actually really cool. I had a pretty good time. The place we went to was fucking packed. It was packed as fuck. It was cool. The Zulan piano bar is really cool. They had like mood lighting with these little lamps we kept playing with. Because like every time you touch the lamps, it would change like the level and color of the fucking light. It was fucking hell funny. And I had a good time. They had really good food. This weekend I'm playing more Doom. I'm trying to finish the game because there's new games coming out. I'm trying to play FBC Firebreak, which is out in 6 days. So I'm hoping we're all going to play it because it's free for everybody. Pretty much. Well, I don't want to say free, but if you have either PlayStation, any one of their subscription, Game Pass, and whatever, I think Steam, it's going to be on all of them day one. So we'll all be able to link up and shit, even though it is 3-person co-op. And if you like Alan Wake and Control, it's a great universe to be fucking around in. The gameplay looks fun. I'm looking forward to jumping in that with everyone that's willing to play. I'm going to try to be twitching it out like I twitch on my Doom. Trying to finish up some series. I finally watched Rebel Ridge. Everyone I know was all about it. I just literally finished it like a day or two ago. So now I know what all the hype was about. I got to finish Cobra Kai because I just saw Karate Kid Legends, and I'm like, I should probably finish the series. The series isn't really tied to the movie. Still want to finish it. And then, just kind of taking it easy, chilling for a bit, and trying to take care of business. Wow. Kind of about it.
That's it. Tell us what you got.
17 more days of sobriety and keto. So I'm looking forward to coming back off of that. But I've lost weight.
Real quick, Cronus, I just saw something in the story, and I wanted to ask you about it. I saw keto bread. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's just low carb bread.
So is it cardboard or something?
No, it's just bread without the carbs. Yeah, I mean, I make macadamia bread from home at home, so yeah, that's got no carbs.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like that scene from the Mickey Mouse movie where they fucking slice like a piece of bread like super fine?
Yeah, it's like keto
bread.
No, it's
fuck
just
it.
made with other stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've like I said, I've never bought keto bread, but I've made keto bread. So it's got to be high in fat, low in carbs. So that's all it is.
Okay.
Do you like Zeke bread?
Ezekiel bread?
Yeah,
I never really had it. I heard I heard it goes bad really fast.
it does go bad really fast, but
Yeah.
it's pretty low calorie and nutrient dense. It's pretty good.
Well, it's got to be. I mean,
It's
for me,
pussy keto free.
yeah, for right now, it's got to be keto. So just for now. But I'm down
Okay.
like 7 or 8 pounds over the past
Nice.
like week and a half, and I've got 17 days to go. Looking forward to that. I'm already like my body's getting back to like where I want it to be, so that's the most important part. The weight isn't a huge deal for me, but the way I look in the mirror is a big deal. I gotta have a 4-pack, not the 6-pack, because that's for crackheads and people on steroids. So,
Liver King.
yeah,
keep my cake.
he also has fake abs, but I'm just saying. I've been gaming a little bit too. I've been playing Dead Zone Rogue, which is a great game. It's on Steam. There's a demo out, it's early access out right now. A couple other games. What else? I took this whole week off, and so I haven't been doing shit. Basically, all I did like this whole week was play video games, do jujitsu, and I reorganized part of my garage. So I purposely didn't do any. I was gonna go up to the Bay Area to get my bike, but it's not done yet. So I'll have
Oh
to
shit!
see
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
whenever that gets done, I'll have to come up and write it back down. Looking forward to that. Other than
You got to do
that,
something when you come up here.
yeah, we'll
Can't
do
just come
something.
here and grab your bike and leave.
Well, I got to see like how much time I have because yeah, I'll try to take a couple days off. Other than that, yeah, not much else going on. There's promotions for jiu-jitsu tomorrow, so looking forward to that. I'm not getting a black belt or anything, but I should get a stripe or two. So
Good shit.
Oh, okay.
So in the immortal words of Jessica Lange's character from American Horror Story, there's not going to be any swimming pool, you stupid slut. There's not even going to be a fucking house. That's all I got to say.
yeah.
What the?
I miss
That should have been your opening line.
Yeah.
That should be your intro. Okay. Is that it for you, Kaji?
That's
So-
that's it. That's it.
so-
there ain't going to be no
so-
swimming pool.
Next week we're gonna start with this Andor stuff.
All right.
Because you've been ducking, so we
Yeah,
gonna get into it. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. We're gonna get into it next week. But the rest of y'all just experienced Black and the Black Times Infinity,
Tai
The
Chi!
the dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with BThan BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast, or listen to your audiobooks. Actually, no, probably not. But anyway, you can check us out on YouTube every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time. That's when we go live. We also simultaneously cast on Twitch live at the same time. Obviously, you can join us, be a part of the conversation. You can email us at bthanbti@gmail.com or check out our official website, bthanheadproductions.squarespace.com/bthanbti. So then we have a Discord. You can email us, let us know that you want to join. Or if you have questions you want to ask us, you want to be on the cast with your question or whatnot, just do that. Drop us a line at any one of our socials. There you go.
We are officially healthy. Check out those buttons though. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, peace.
Peace.